I should have waited 1 second.
Oh, you didn't have it up? Shame on you. Shame on you.
No.
Ah. It's all about the quality of the engage. I mean, literally, like right.
2-1.
Oh my
I know.
gosh.
I want the slam so bad.
You could have mines and you could have done everything. Your mine, slam. You got the HP now. Oh my goodness gracious, that's just tilting. Transferred over. So I think you had a really great point about uptime, because the way I look at uptime is how much can you be doing as a percentage of your total living time. In other words, if I'm ball and the match is 20 minutes long, how many of those minutes was I actively putting pressure on the enemy team, either directly or indirectly? Was I rolling through, distracting them, slamming them, shooting them, booping them, whatever? And you made a really great point where you said, it feels like on ball, my uptime has to be so much higher. Now, why do you think that is? Because you're 100% right.
Question. That's a good question. I mean, compared to Overwatch 1, I know why. You know, it's because there's no tank to, like, escort your team in.
Right.
In Overwatch, I mean...
Let's attack this from the other standpoint. Okay, remember when you talked about Kiriko, we talked about the Teru playstyle and how that feels like the hero should be played as... it's like leveraging your mobility, right? If you're not leveraging your strengths, then you're not playing the hero to its full ability, and then you're not playing the hero well. So you look at ball, and you look at your extra 100 HP, and you look at your adaptive shields, okay? And you also look at the reduction in crowd control. So obviously you've lost the off-tank to peel for you, but your survivability in Overwatch 2 is significantly higher than it was in Overwatch 1. It is really hard to kill a ball. So then if you are not utilizing that survivability by increasing your uptime, then you're not playing the hero to its full extent. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Definitely agree.
So it's about looking at the enemy composition and being like, okay, am I going to actively die every time I just get... No, I'm not saying be sloppy with your engages, but I think like you look at even the comp we're playing now where it's like, okay, it's the sleep dart, you've got rock, there's a little bit of CC you have to worry about. But if you are not consistently putting out pressure over and over and over and over again, the enemy Sigma, who has 100 more HP, who has does a lot of damage, is able to hold pressure in space just as well as you. He's going to do more than you, and then you're going to lose the game, right? Because he's better than you. So,
yeah, definitely.
So let's look at the comp then. So I think that being said, ball has to have higher uptime in Overwatch 2, but I think how you do it is very similar to Overwatch 1. Which is, diving some big slams on multiple enemies. Obviously, people are less grouped up, so that's not always the case. But I think threatening duels, for example, you look at their DPS, right? What can you do about that?
Yeah, I mean, Hanzo and Ashe are both ideal targets. I don't really need to go after the Moira, but if I see Fade, I can go for it.
Sure.
Ana, honestly, is kind of an avoid.
Yeah.
And honestly, Sigma, I don't get much value either. So I kind of want to be on the Ashe and the Hanzo. Obviously, at this point in the replay, I don't know that they have Ashe and Hanzo yet, maybe.
Right.
But yeah, I guess if I watch a minute of this and I'm not on Ashe or Hanzo, I'm doing something wrong.
Sure. It's because those heroes are easy to kill, right? And because they're easy to kill, it means that when you threaten a kill on them, that the enemy response is generally disproportionate, right? And that's how you create space.
The other thing is the Hanzo is most likely to take someone's head off on my team. So I'm not playing Sigma. I can't put a shield in his face. So my pressure to support my team has to be getting on top of that Hanzo. Otherwise, he will hit a shot eventually.
Right. You create space by threatening a kill, and that's what we talk about. You can either dive like these big slams, big disruptions, or you can actually say, I'm going to 1v1 your Hanzo and kill your Hanzo if you don't help him, and that's how you create space as well. Okay, so let's take a look here. So like bang, grapple, slam, and look at your HP.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of stupid, honestly.
It is stupid. It is a little bit stupid. I mean, one of the first things we were talking about on stream, like how would we buff ball? I think one of the things was like, can we take away a little bit of the survivability and make it more useful elsewhere? But whatever. This is where we're at right now. So this is all about, we want kill pressure here. Now, what I will say here is obviously the sleep dart, right? So, the quality of ball, a lot like Doomfist, and even Winston to an extent, is your ability to outplay crowd control. So obviously you see Ana now. Okay, you immediately need to enter ball form and start to try and move unpredictably. Now this Ana's not that good, so she misses the sleep dart. But what I would like to say is I have the same thing with like Doomfist and even to an extent like Genji Tracers. I don't want you tracking every cooldown in the flipping game. It's just unreasonable, especially for a plat player. But you don't need to worry about Storm Arrow. You don't need to worry about Orb. You don't need to worry about Fade. I mean, Fade is definitely helpful, but it's not the most important thing. Rock, no. Dynamite, no. We talked about just Sleep Dart. That's it. If you
so you think
track,
I shouldn't even pull out the guns there?
I said I would pull out the guns because you didn't know the Ana was there. And then you're like, oh crap, Ana, I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, not the thing that, okay, well, here's what's the problem with Sleep Dart, right? You're not going to die because you get slept. But what's the problem?
No. Uptime.
Uptime, right. It's uptime. It's also the fact that even if you don't, even if you get woken up immediately, right, you lose all of your HP, which means that then you have to run away and get healed. You won't die, but you have to run away and get healed, and that's uptime again, right?
Yeah,
so,
I'm out for 10 seconds, basically.
Right. So for me, it's like as soon as you track the one cooldown that you need to track, you need to go on. Now, and now that's going to depend on comp, right? If you're playing into a Junkrat, I know that sounds corny on some maps, maybe you need to track Trap. I think Sleep Dart's going to be your big one. I think Sombra Hack's going to be the big one that you could permanently just hunt that Sombra. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Honestly, Trap is like a bigger threat than Sleep Dart to me. I mean,
sure.
Obviously it's easier to like see, but the way that you kill Trap, but he already has Trap up, you shoot the Trap on the ground, but then he has Trap in his hand. It becomes very difficult to track after that.
Sure. And there are other cooldowns you can track too. Like, let's say you're playing up against your team. Let's say Red Team Red. If you were to pick one cooldown that would be helpful either offensively or defensively to track, what would it be on your comp?
Probably Suzu.
Right? Can I force Suzu? Do I need to play around Suzu? Can I force Suzu and then look for a more aggressive play afterwards? And that's all. That's it. Sojourn Slide would be nice to know. Amp would probably be nice to know. TP would probably be nice to know. But it's just not as important as Suzu, right? If let's say that they were on Zenyatta on the enemy team and not Ana, what would you track instead?
Trance for sure.
Okay, trance for sure. Right. Am I gonna waste my minds and just get trance done anyway? You could then be like, okay, well then trance isn't that important, or it's too hard, so I'm gonna track rock instead, right? Or we're gonna go back to what you said earlier, and we're gonna track fade, so I can know how hard I should commit on this Moira, or you know what I'm saying? But there's always gonna be one cooldown. I think it's a good habit to start practicing as a dive threat with no ability to deal with CC outside of just simply avoiding it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a Winston bubble.
Quick question, since you brought it up. If I trade mines for trance, do you think that's value or no?
I think it's okay. I think it's okay.
Obviously, it's not ideal, but I would take, if I need to force trance, I feel like I would take that.
It's okay because usually you force the Zen to miss position as well, which is okay. And then obviously they lose his damage output. So they do gain an infinite survivability, but they lose his damage output as well. So it's not the best trade in the world, but it's okay. So this is all fine, right? Good poop, good slam, good shots, but honestly, this is a skill check. This Ana's bad. Ana's a diamond will not be. We talked about uptime, right? What do you think?
I'm up.
Yeah, you're up. And I think, obviously, mechanically, maybe tracking there could have been a little bit better with the boop there, but seems reasonable, right? You even went on to the next target. Now, if I'm the Sigma theoretically is in trouble. Okay. So we talk about uptime, and then we talk about downtime. Right now, what would be a really quick way to trash your uptime? Here's the irony. See if you can spot it. Should you go in right now? Let's put it that way. Which cooldowns? Look at your HP and tell me what you think.
I mean, I have slam and I have grapple in 3 seconds, so I would probably like wait 1 second and then go for the backline because Ana probably doesn't have sleep up still, and Moira just use ball.
Let me respectfully disagree slightly. Okay. I think what would happen is if you went in the second that you had grapple, you would still be 2 or 3 seconds off of your adaptive shields, and you would probably lose a little bit of HP in the meantime, which means that you would get chunked and then have to adaptive shields late, in which case you might need to give up too much space. So what I would recommend...
I'm going to lose my actual health.
Right. So what I would love for you to do right now is for you to roll in here, grab the health pack, set up for your next engage, and go in about 3 or 4 seconds. In which case you'll have your slam, you'll have your grapple, you have your adaptive shields, but you will have preserved all of your HP so that you're able to go in full force again immediately afterwards. The other alternative here, now hear me out, this is weird, is to roll back to here and shoot the Sigma for 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Why is that? There's actually 2 reasons why I might pressure the Sigma a little bit here.
Yeah, I think the first reason is is kind of what you brought up. Like, okay, let's say I go in. I'm probably going to lose 400 health to go in again, honestly, without adaptive shields for 6 seconds. And after that, I either have to roll back to my team, and honestly, it will take Kiriko like 5 seconds to heal me, if not more.
Right.
Or I have to spend 10 seconds rolling around for health packs.
Right.
But going to shoot the Sigma for 2 to 3 seconds will give me enough time to get my cooldowns back. Adaptive shields will be up at least soon enough.
Yes.
And then I can go in. So
will
it
you
might
lose
be a
any
net
HP
positive.
shooting the
No,
Sigma?
I won't.
That's the
No,
key
I
thing
won't.
to me. It's like this.
Yeah.
It's like the downtime here is I have no cooldowns, but I want to increase my uptime, so I look for a really, really safe, low risk, low reward play because there's no downside to it. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I bet I go in, but I that's something that should change. I should be a little bit more patient.
Here's another thing to consider as well, just to make this even more complicated. What is the advantage of out of my first suggestion, which was going behind? Remember the suggestion through here, you grab the Mega? What's the advantage of doing this, besides the fact that you get your cooldowns back?
I mean, they're not looking at me. They're less expecting me, and if the Ana is expecting me, she's no longer looking at the Sigma. So it pulls more.
Right.
And I guess like before today, I would probably say if I don't go in right now, my team is taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 peoples of pressure, and they're basically in a 4v5 while I go to the back to set up. So that's my counterpoint, but I like what you're saying, which is have a little bit of patience. I think I would take the option to shoot the Sigma, honestly.
Okay, sounds good.
That's what I think I would do.
My point here is that if you get the opportunity to set up either through here or even, I think this actually looks really attractive right here. Is the quality of the
roll up the stairs.
Right. The quality of the engage is really high. So in other words, if you roll in through here, that's the thing. It's going to get coach gunned. You know what I'm saying? Or they're going to CC it or hide from it. But if you're here, you have the surprise off angle factor. It means the kill threat on the slam is a lot higher. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that small high ground is actually the best choice, I think.
I think so too.
Going all the way around the back, I'd have to grapple to get the height, but the high ground, I can get a free slam.
Right.
So
free slam,
that's what
you
I would
grapple
take.
here, and then start to do your bounce back and forth until that Ana gets sleep dart. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe roll through and boop the Sigma in. I think it's about taking your downtime to either do a little bit of chip damage on something that's not going to shoot you back, so because you have horrible range, or setting up for your next engage as quickly as you possibly can while taking no damage. And I think this slam here is probably your best bet here. I think the surprise factor is going to be key here. I was going to say something. Shoot, what was I going to say here? It'll come to me. But yeah, I think, I think you were saying like the 4v5. It's a 4v5, yes, but look at their support and look at their DPS's positions. Remember they were on high ground, had all these angles here? Look at them now.
Point. I mean, that Hanzo is in a terrible position. They're all in a terrible position.
That's what dive heroes do, right? Like you look at a Sigma. Sigma is relatively flat in terms of value. You know what I'm saying? Whereas a hero like a Winston, a hero like a Ball has these big spikes. You got a lot of value done in your spike. I mean, even objectively, look at your ult charge. You know what I'm saying? Even if we don't even factor in position, you did a ton of damage. You forced a ton of cooldowns, and then now you have a little bit of downtime. We want to keep that downtime low, but I think a 3-4 second downtime and then going in again is very reasonable.
Okay, fair.
Okay, let's go. Grab the. I would definitely grab the Mega there if you had the time. Okay, there you go. This is where the downtime starts to factor in, right? It's goofiness like this. Like the Sigma dies because of what you did earlier, but like. We should already have slammed. Because now, do you see how they've slowly started to take space now? They're slowly starting to walk forward again. We don't want them to do that. All right, let's get the big slam here.
It's worse. It's worse.
And you see, oh jeez.
It's worse, and I can't do this. Embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's look at this mechanically. What would you do? Okay, well, we talked about the optimal engage. We messed it up. Unlucky, go next. We took too long. Okay, what would we do instead? We'd grapple.
I mean, I need to hit the slam.
We need to hit the slam.
I think I was feathering it, but it didn't go.
Okay, so we didn't get the
I'm not high enough. So this is mechanical. This is a mechanical issue.
Right, and this is why we practice Shambali. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay.
And also, then I need to hit this, but
right, the little bounce.
At some point, I think.
One day. Yeah. No sleep dart again. Okay. By the way, this is pretty decent sleep dart outplay. You adaptive shields, you roll, and then you grapple like at the perfect time here, and so it makes it. I mean, again, good on us are gonna hit that sleep dart, but you made it a lot harder to hit. Hey, here we go. This is fun. I think that once that sleep dart's down, you could just grapple to your heart's content. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that also increases your uptime. If you could just spin to win is like kind of corny, but if you could spin to win, man. If there's no, the big thing with spin to win is it's not just the damage, there's no headshot hitbox. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like you could just spend and you just do it forever, right?
This is ignorant.
This is okay. Let's talk about uptime here, right? Let's talk about uptime. Okay, you're down, right? Now, if we look at the enemy comp right now, is there anything that right now that you could be shooting while you're waiting for your cooldowns? Not really, right?
No.
So what should you be doing with your downtime?
I mean, I can go around and look for more of a flank.
Set up. Think ahead of time. What should I be doing? Should I go around this way and try and boot these guys in?
Yes, I should. This is the direction I should go, rather than
right here. Or here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or if you want to be like crazy, grapple all the way through to their spawn and look, maybe you can get a grapple, slam here, and then I don't know, that's probably not the play, but there's so many options besides what we do here, which is roll directly at the enemy team, way ahead of your team, by the way. Look at the follow-up here. You see what I'm saying?
So I should wait here. I should wait a few seconds for
you
the
should
cart
wait a few
to roll.
seconds. Or you should roll in a way to where you boop them into where your team can follow up. Do you see what I'm saying? So you could kind of, if you have CC, you can kind of dictate timing by pushing them into where your team can follow up.
Okay, quick counterpoint.
Okay.
Which is that the Hanzo is like looking directly at my team like a second before all this. So I'm sure my thought is, I gotta stop this guy from getting a pick. At this moment.
No, right.
So is that worth a few seconds for me to reposition?
Yes.
Or am I making the right play by moving this Hanzo out of the way?
Here's a question for you. So your team can follow up here. So let's get real nitpicky here. There's the kill on Ash. What are you doing right now?
Nothing. I know, I should have grappled back in.
Let's see how much time we have to deal with the Hanzo, okay? 3:14, 3:13, 12, 11, 10. Now the Hanzo's a threat. You've had 4 or 5 seconds. Do you know what you could have done in 4 or 5 seconds? You would have been right here.
Good point. I could be pushing them in instead of grappling into their face.
So you're saying there's like an urgency to me actually pressing this Hanzo up before he hits a headshot. Right, but what were you doing the previous 4 seconds?
Chilling.
You know what I'm saying?
Basically chilling.
Right. So you had the time, right?
Yeah.
And now obviously
and I pushed them further from my team, which is also bad. Like it would have been valuable during those 4 seconds to rotate for the grapple to push them towards my team. Exactly.
Let's also look at this way. If you could wait on this engage because you were either set up better or is it good to have to go now? Like let's just say, and I'm not saying you never go when you don't have adaptive shields, but when do you really want to go here? Look at your shields here.
Yeah, well, technically I want to go in 4 seconds.
Right. So I would say you would wish that you would slam now. Right, because then you get that massive shield. So I think let's drop the perfect engage here. You roll out here. Okay, where are we at? 5. Okay, so 5, left. 4. We roll out left. Okay, we go in. Let's say we even go in at the same time. We go in right now. We roll in. We boop them in here, and then we slam. We slam them from behind. What's the advantage of that when it comes to our adaptive shields cooldown?
Well, yeah,
we would have gone in at about the same time. But from behind. So what's the advantage?
And I wouldn't have lost my actual HP. I would lose shield HP.
Right.
That's the biggest problem I'm seeing is I keep sacrificing real HP. And I'm treating real HP and shield HP as like the same HP, but it's not.
Right. Here's the other thing to consider as well. If you would boop them from behind, you would have taken less damage to begin with, which would have allowed you to go earlier even though you didn't have adaptive shield. So the mistake here is really just the engage. Because I'm definitely like, I don't love you going in with your adaptive shields. But even you could have done this and not gotten shot because they wouldn't have seen you. Right? So then by the time you actually slammed, now you would start taking damage. But now you would have your adaptive shields, right?
Yeah, and I can see, like, my team can't follow up on this either.
Right.
Only the Tracer was there, and she had to use a bunch of blinks to try to do anything.
Right. So it's all about the boop direction, setting up for your next engage. It's all tied into one thing, right? It's all tied into setting up for that next engage properly. Okay, looks good.
This was average. Yeah,
I think it was all right. Now she has sleep dart. I also like here that we don't. Okay, I don't know if this is on purpose, but you don't slam.
Yeah.
Why was that good here? You just saw it, right?
Because it makes for an easy sleep dart.
Right. So she didn't have the opportunity to sleep dart. So you get your good mind value here. I don't know if you meant to not slam. I don't know if this is just accident.
I think it's on accident, honestly.
Okay, but this is good. This is good mind spread. This is really good mind spread. Now, what should you be doing right now? You've got two options right here.
I want to boop that Hanzo into the mines in 3 seconds,
right.
But I could probably poke him a little bit.
You could poke him and then slam him, right? You got the height for it right here.
And
in addition, there's a Moira with no fade right here too. And if you turn around and start shooting this Moira, she's not going to die, but you're going to waste her time. The Ashe is going to shoot you. The Hanzo is going to shoot you. You've got adaptive shields for it. And you would burn your adaptive shields. Then you could grapple in and smack that Hanzo or smack on that Hawk. You kind of see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm just curious what you do. I'm just curious what you do here. You really want that grapple. Yeah. That backline is free, I think, for you to pressure out there. You had the tools for it.
Yeah, you're right. I think some of my... Yeah, maybe this is wrong, but, it's just like I feel like I have to be putting some pressure on the Hogs and the Hanzos so they don't one-tap my team.
Right.
I guess. And I feel like if I don't put any pressure on the Hog, isn't he free to one-tap my team? I don't know. I've had enough games where he does one-tap my team.
No,
right?
I mean, that happens, right?
Yeah.
But look at this Hanzo.
I think you're right. This is the wrong play.
Right.
This is definitely the wrong play.
A lot of tanking comes down to knowing your 1v1s.
Yeah.
And you are
obviously, I'm not gonna kill this Hog. It's not happening.
And this Hanzo is killable. This Moira is killable, or at least you can threaten the kill more, which is going to force more of a response. So then this Hog gets no help. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, look at what happens when you roll out, right? Trace that Hanzo. Oh, that Hanzo should have died, right? That Hanzo doesn't die. Ana's free to follow up on the Hog and pocket the Hog. Ashe is free to free fire on your team.
You're right.
These et ceteras are way too free. You know what I'm saying? Now let me ask you a question. What if Hog was literally all the way over here? Would it be okay to focus Hog with your team? And his team was in the same position, but
honestly,
he was over here.
I kind of still feel like no. I feel like it's still the right play to grab as many people from the back line and put their attention on me. And just trust that my team can handle the Hogs.
Sure.
Because they have it's a 3v1 for them.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, knowing the game, my team's not killing this Hog either.
Sure. But it's at least more reasonable if you're going to follow up if he's that deep in. But the problem here is this Hog baits you. You feel like he's feeding, but look at his Ana's. You know what I'm saying? Look at his Ashe. Yeah. Look at his Hanzo. Yeah. They're actually in perfect position to help him out. They're just ranged heroes. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of baits you to like, oh, look at the Hog. I can kill this guy, right? Not really.
No. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That was not
hey, nice. All right, let's go. By the way, okay, so the real saving grace, by the way, of this entire were your mines. Your mines were like actually like really, really good placement wise. I mean, look how much space they denied here. You know what I'm saying? Obviously the Hanzo messes up, but like,
yeah.
It really does a great job controlling space. Like that's exactly how you want to use your mines. It's not just for kills. It's like this area of the map is really good. I'm gonna make it completely uninhabitable. That being said,
yeah, what is that?
I just had to do it. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh jeez. Nice. This is fine. Whatever.
I know the Ashe is up there.
Yeah, Hog no vape. Ashe, it's whatever. Like we don't have to. Like we've got so many other things to consider. This is not the most important thing. Okay. They make the swap to Soldier, which is kind of funny because I think Soldier's even worse versus Ball. I think like
that's true.
I think Hanzo is like worse in the 1v1 technically, but he still could do decent damage too. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Soldier just healing station just doesn't matter. Like he's never gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't have the burst. So I think Soldier says, if nothing else, a neutral swap for them. Grab the mini. Grab the mini. Grab the mini. It's really important.
You think it's that important to grab the mini?
It really is.
I honestly, I probably forgot about that mini, to be honest.
I think so. You got downtime here, right? Like, what's going on right now? Not a whole lot. You're waiting. And again, it's not just the 42 HP. It's the 42 armor. You need that. Armor's crucial. It's flat 30% damage reduction. It's not even like projectile based anymore. So it doesn't matter if it's an Ashe shot or fire rocket. It's flat. So grab the mini, then go for the boop here.
Yeah, you're right.
And again here, do you see the mistake?
Yeah, that was...
You sleep dart, you gotta know it's there. So then if you know sleep dart's there, what's the plan? How do you engage here? So obviously it's a bit of a goof because their Ashe dies and you're like, ah, crap, I've already grappled, you know? Okay, whatever, you know? So how do you engage?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I could start by poking and try to bait the sleep dart.
You could.
Or at the very least, I should be grappling kind of into the two supports and isolate them from their...
Your team doesn't really have much follow-up here, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't do anything hard.
Maybe the play is not to engage at all. I thought I was going to boop the Ashe and
yes,
soldier,
which is why I think it's okay that you grappled here. Here's a suggestion, okay? So poking there might be okay, but then they might do a lot of damage to you. It might make it rough, you know what I'm saying? Like that soldier might turn, start melting you. Okay, so how about this? You grapple, and you just keep rolling all the way to here.
Yeah.
And then you poke a little bit and see if you can bait the sleep dart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it honestly is a ball going flying past, she's probably gonna try and throw it at you. But you end in a location to where if she sleeps you here, you don't care, and she's probably gonna miss the sleep. You know what I'm saying? She's probably gonna just eat it. This stopping and shooting here on a target that you just are not gonna be able to kill. There's no slam here. There's no team follow up here, and you don't know the status of sleep.
Yeah, this is dumb.
And you're not going to die for it, but what's the problem? I mean, it's not about dying, it's about uptime, right? So what's going to happen? Here it comes. There's the sleep, there's the damage, there's the adaptive shields, and you would really love to go in right now or pretty soon.
Yeah, you're so right.
And here it comes, right? Here it comes. But guess what? Not only are you going in without your adaptive shields, you're not even fully healed yet. And is this a good setup engage?
No, it sucks.
Best thing you could have done here was probably grapple through and literally roll all the way back out and try again. Or if you didn't feel like you had the time, at least you can come in from here with your slam, with your full cooldowns. This sucks. This sucks.
So this is like my urgency to constantly create pressure is too much. I need to chill a little bit and choose my engagements more carefully.
I think the urgency is fine. But I think the urgency needs to be considering sleep dart, and it needs to be considering the quality of the engage, making better engages from better offing lists. Because if you could do those two things, then ironically, you will have higher uptime. As you've seen here, you are not only higher uptime, but higher quality uptime as well, with a higher chance of kills. This is just not a great engage. The boop on the soldier and then doing 40 damage to him was just not a great engage. You know what I'm saying? Rolling directly through the enemy Hanzo into slamming the backline was just not a great engage. At least it wasn't the best one available. And yet we keep doing these, and what's happening is we're losing HP. And what do you think is going to happen here? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to roll away, or you're gonna take a ton of damage and potentially die. Right?
Yeah.
That we hate to see it. You know? Now here, you're still not fully healed, so I'm ticked off about that. But what do you?
I have shields though.
But you got shields, and also consider the quality of this engage. Look at the time positioning of your team. Look at the positioning of you. There's a real chance that this gets a kill, either from you directly or from your team's follow-up. I like this. And a slam. Oh, we didn't get it.
I didn't have it up. I should have waited 1 second.
Oh, you didn't have it up? Shame on you. Shame on you.
No.
It's all about the quality of the engage. I mean, literally, like right.
2-1.
Oh my!
I know.
Gosh.
I want the slam so bad.
You could have mines and you could have done everything. Your mines, slam. You got the HP now. Oh my goodness gracious! That's just tilting. You don't even mines. That's really strange. I think if you just drop mines here, this is bad, bad stuff.
Well, I think I wanted the slam, but didn't have it, so then didn't mine. You know what I mean?
Got it. I see what you mean. Yeah. Well, that's
because now I can.
Oh, jeez. Absolute cacophony of mistakes here. This is a mess.
I know.
But I mean, you could really look at like
flat. This is flat.
You can really look at this at like a specific point in time of where it went south. You know what I'm saying? I mean, actually, there was really 2 points in time. One was the misplay with the sleep dart. You lose too much HP, and then you feel like you have to force in afterwards, and it ends up losing HP, losing cooldowns. Crappy. But then all is well because you're able to restabilize miraculously, even though you're missing a lot of HP for a good engage. But then you just didn't wait literally 2 seconds, and then your quality of engage completely tanks. The good news is that we've got consistent themes here, right? Which is all about priority and staging a good engage and making sure that you've got the cooldowns for it as much as you can. The uptime is crucial, but the uptime needs to be considering the quality of the engage and things like sleep dart, right? Okay, let's see what we got. Tell me how you should be engaging this. You've got mines. You know where they're positioned. Where should you go?
I should be backline. I should be slamming from the back.
The same engage!
I know.
You can do the same thing. And obviously you don't know the stats of sleep dart. So what you do is you roll through, you drop mines, you keep rolling behind corner, maybe go through here, listen for sleep dart. You hear it, maybe go back in and slam, shoot, 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 shoot. You know what I'm saying? And there you go.
Yeah.
Right? You're creative. You think of something to do. Oh my gosh. It's just atrocious, right? You just like roll right through the middle of the enemy team. And this ends up working out really well, but ouch.
Yeah, maybe I got a little lucky, right?
I mean, here's the thing: is it's like you're not trolling the lobby here. You know what I'm saying? You're doing tank things. Your timing is relatively decent. You're isolating targets out. You're not playing ball wrong, but it's like the way that you're playing him is you have the right idea, but you're doing it really shabbily. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
And I think that's like you're gonna get away with it because it's plat, right? But we want to get to diamond lobbies, and we want to not just do well in diamond lobbies. We want to do real well. We want to play the hero the way it's supposed to be played. And I think it's not you're not playing ball wrong. You're just not doing the details at all correctly. And I mean, I think this is like another great example. Like, what is this gonna actually do? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's your team's follow up? You know, again. No,
this is scuffed.
This is horrific. Really this is probably the worst engage that we've seen yet, actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I die.
Because this is like 3 things wrong in one. Okay, 1, where's your slam? Where's your adaptive shields? 2,
I just used them. Yeah.
Where's your team?
Very good point.
3, what's the status of sleep dart? Right?
I mean,
so
I don't even look behind me.
You don't even look.
I know.
You're done.
I'm dead,
You're
dude.
cooked.
I know.
You are cooked.
I know.
Cooked.
I know.
Right? All right, let's how much time we got?
Okay,
We got about 5 more minutes.
It's clear why I died there for sure.
Right. Timing, cooldowns. I think timing is the worst one, but yeah, timing, cooldowns, and tracking the enemy cooldowns too, right? Really, just the sleep dart, right? We talked about it, like obviously now they're off for Matra, so the hook is something you don't even need to worry about anymore. This is really once again just sleep dart. Now, I like this. I like the staging. I like the timing. Obviously, we're down our tracer. That kind of sucks, but there's a real chance that we win this here. Let's see what happens. Okay. Did we know the status of sleep dart?
No.
Did we know where Ana was?
No.
Is the way that we engaged okay? If Ana had
it was value.
I think so too. I think even if Ana had sleep dart here, this was pretty good. We're kind of moving unpredictably. You see that we didn't slam. I don't know if you were trying to slam and you just messed it up, but this looks like how you should be playing if you didn't know the status of sleep dart. You guys see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like this would be hard to sleep. The mines are good. You slam when you don't see Ana. Obviously the slam isn't that good, but okay, whatever. This is great. I think this could even be fight winning, even though we're down 1. And it looks like it's going to be as well. It's funny, you could predict this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were somehow down 1 and this still feels winnable because the quality of the engage was really good. That's how you carry fights. I think my only complaint here is that I think there's a lot of attention to shooting a Ramatra in the face, which is just, you know what I'm saying? Not that good. It's just not your best 1v1. Find a Moira, even if it's just, you know, slamming on the Moira, slamming on the soldier, shooting the soldier a little bit, whatever. That has to be better than what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Stage. Ah! Oh, that cooldown's brutal. Whoa. Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't realize that was that
learning.
brutal. Yeah.
It's completely stops my fireball momentum.
Okay, I'll say this as well. What's the problem here? Quality
I'm
engage sucks.
through them like point blank. I know.
Right. And also look what else is wrong. Look at the bottom left of your screen.
Yeah, definitely.
No reason for this. Again, this is why we also explore maps too, right? Where's the Mega? Where's the Mini? Uh-oh. Look.
Yeah, Mega there.
Right there.
There's a Mini, yeah.
Right there. Right now you're doing nothing. Go grab the Mega.
Honestly.
But you didn't even know where it was. You know what I'm saying? And I think there's a Mini back here. Yeah.
I don't think I even thought about it, yeah.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So it's either a map ignorance or it's a not thinking about grabbing health packs when you should have been grabbing health packs. Either one of those is a problem. Bad engage as well, like we said, and, you know, nice tanking. Hey guys, shoot the ball. It's a fat slam. Your team is following up, maybe? I don't know. Are we checking honestly?
I could have been more patient. I could have been more patient.
There's a sleep dart. Yeah, I don't know. It was a good slam, just not a lot of team follow-up, and I think, again, it's just like the sleep dart, right? Like, you didn't get punished for it there, but I felt like, again, a better Ana punishes you there. Let's watch one more fight here.
Yeah, it's like the only thing I'm focusing on is, like, being up the whole time, but it's just not well... It's not time well spent, you know?
Ooh. This is... I know you're going for the C9 here, but this was also like a really cute setup for a really nice engage too. You know what I'm saying?
I know. This is where I should be set up.
Bam!
Yeah.
You know?
I just get lucky.
So we like this engage a lot, but we can also mix it up and go from here as well. I mean, this is why you explore the maps too, right? So you can figure all this out. I mean, this is a great way to end it if this is how it ends. No! Oh my gosh, you terrified me. What?
I know. It was dumb. It was dumb. I know.
Oh my gosh.
I could have just done it.
Okay, good discipline with the mines there too. No need to use them. Now we can mines, and there we go. That's a fight win. Should be. Yes, there it is. Okay, nice job. Okay, lots of really, like, I mean, very negative this review just because it's fun, but I mean, really some good ball play. Like, you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, it's like you have the intentions are good, but you're just doing them poorly. So what are the takeaways here? Like, not just, oh, I need to work on this, but like, what is the skill set? You load up a ball game today, tomorrow, whenever. What are the skills that you need to practice? Obviously, we'll practice them one at a time, but what's on the list, I guess?
Well, I think the first thing on the list for me is
talked about a lot.
How do I encapsulate this in one word? Smarter engage. A smarter engage. Yeah.
Okay. And what does that mean?
It means spending my shield health instead of my actual HP.
Okay.
It means taking the sacrificing the 2-3 seconds of uptime to look for a decision that will cost me less time in the future.
Right.
Yeah.
To me, I think the most important thing was like setting up good engages constantly. Look at the map, look at the situation. Who could I be setting up on as fast as I possibly can? And if I'm waiting on cooldowns, right, then I need to be either getting my HP back or setting up in the next engage, right?
Yeah.
That, and I think the second thing for me was definitely just track one cooldown. Look at the comp, what's the most important cooldown for you, track the cooldown, and play around it. That's pretty much it.
Yep.
Okay. That along with the mechanics, like I think for warm-up, get into a map that you're not familiar with, find health packs, roll around, grapple around, practice your engages, pretend there's an Ana there, what are you going to do, you know?